in my order of cables. They have not gotten here yet, which is, we're gonna have to do some, possibly do some creative patching here today to get this to continue moving as I'd like. But for the sake of people who may have not watched the other two parts, we are making a song from scratch on stream here. Let me go over the patch as it exists right now. And in so doing, pull out all the cables that I don't need. Alright, so let's do the simplest parts first, namely in 4. So this is a sample being played on an infinite loop from a simulator. The occasional kalimba-like sounds you hear are indeed a kalimba that was recorded into the simulator. They are set up in a on channel 1 with multiple zones that are set to random, and one of the zones is the kalimba going forwards, and one of the zones is the kalimba going backwards, just to add, or in reverse. I spat it out of a simulator, re-recorded it when playing out in reverse, and made that into another sample. So that is getting triggered by a gate from the vector sequencer here, part 2. And really, it's just a standard gate. I don't think there's not even any chance or probability on it. It's just a gate that happens every so often on an 8-step pattern. Yeah, nothing fancy there. So that's those two sounds. This sound is one of the rings. It is the rings on the right in orange mode. It is getting triggered by marbles. On the T2 and X or T3 and X3 side, so it doesn't always play, but it does a lot of the time. That is coming out through Rainmaker. Actually, I'm gonna make sure that I got my preset loaded. So Rainmaker in the ping pong preset with a little bit more added to it. I added an extra tap and a pitch shift on that tap. Give us the effect you're hearing right now. That all comes out and goes in channel 7, which gets some reverb on it. The last channel did not get any reverb, by the way. So that's that sound. We've also got actually, sorry, where is that where is... Yeah, that's 3 and 4. Weird. Oh, right. Sorry. I should mention that. I should have mentioned one other thing about this. The assimilator, this channel 1 is that kalimba sound. It's coming out and going through clouds in granular mode, who's having texture, density, position, and size all modulated by slow moving LFO from PAMs. That's coming out, going through a VCA. That's also getting triggered whenever the assimilator gets triggered. That VCA is just giving it a bit of an envelope to the sound, otherwise it sort of sounds weird. Those two, the dual ends of the VCA are coming out into channel 8. Mute that. That's also going into reverb. Forgot about that. Back to channel 2. This is our bass. This is coming out of the CSL. The CSL is being controlled by the vector sequencer on part 1. Part 1 is a 4-step patch that's mostly just playing C3, but it also has chances, about maybe a 60% chance to go down 1 semitone, 5 semitones, or 8 semitones, to sort of give a variable bass, but one that still remains relatively in tune. The Instro CSL itself is self-patched, self-modulating. The index of that self-modulation is just controlled by a random slewed value at the moment. That's the bottom oscillator modulating the top oscillator, and then the wave folder output of the top oscillator is going in to modulate the wave width or whatever it is of the wave folder on the bottom oscillator, which gives us that output sound. It'll loose jack. Anyway, that's coming out through QPass. The low pass and band pass outputs of QPass are being mixed together, and the radiate left and right of QPass is being modulated by the same random slewed value that's modulating the index on CSL. Sorry, this is a lot to go over all at once, but I want to make sure people who are watching this and haven't watched the other parts are sort of up to speed. So that's the bass patch. This very simple rings thing is the other side of marbles. It's the T2 X2 output, so it goes on every clock output. Marbles, by the way, is being clocked by PAMs, which is also being clocked by the vector sequencer, so it's just a chain of clocks. It's just rings in green mode. That's coming out... yes, that's coming out through on the side here. You can't see it, but there's a micro pog. It's a polyphonic octave generator pedal, which lets me do things like this. So we'll mix some of that in when we start putting this sound together. That comes out, goes directly into channel 1. So, all of that together sounds like this. And this is where we left things last time. So, there's only one extra key, a couple of extra key. Oh yes, I forgot to mention too that kalimba sound is also panned back and forth by a tetrapad through an attenuator. So subtly panned back and forth, really. Okay, so where I wanted to go from here was I thought this would do really nicely with a spoken word sample. I had found a nice public domain spoken word sample of one of my favorite poems ever, but I realized that that poem is about the ocean. It doesn't really fit when you've got nice like campfire, cicadas, outdoor sounds going on, but I'm definitely going to reuse that somewhere else. But I did find another nice poem at the last minute. So we're going to see if we can get anything decent out of that from the assimilator. I've already tried it out. It seems to work well with the patch. The main issue right now is it's drowned out coming through the mix, so we're going to need to put it out on its own channel and finagle it and see what we can get. So let's just have a look at it first. So it is this third and fourth channel. I think it is a stereo recording, but I really... I'm okay with only using it in mono. It doesn't really need to be stereo for any purposes here. So let's put this out first and just see if we can get it better from an audibility perspective. Audibility? Yeah. So this is a channel 5. I think this is going to be one of the first patches where I've used almost every input of the performance mixer, which is really nice. Okay, so channel 345. We won't send it into anything, but let's just see. We're gonna have to adjust the sample a little bit because it has a bunch of preamble and stuff like that I don't really care about.
Mother Nature by George MacDonald. Read for LibriVox.org.
Okay, so
Capricia Page. Beautiful mother is busy all day. So busy she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears and her bosom go.
the short poem.
Sight and sound and scent, weaving a royal, rich content. When night has come and her children sleep, beautiful mother her watch doth keep. With glowing stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare, and her instrument that never fails is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales.
I think that works really, really well,
This
personally.
recording is in the
I'm dubious about whether I want the reverb on it. It does sound kind of cool. I'm not sure yet. I wanted to experiment too with throwing this through Lo-Fi Junkie and just seeing what sort of impact it has. It could be interesting, it could be garbage. cables in the end to do this, but we will see. Save one on here. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out. And it's funny because I really have troubles actually creating songs when I'm here. I have a place that I go out to on the west coast of Canada where it's really inspiring to me, and I make a lot of music when I'm there. But at home, it's tough. I don't make as much as I'd like, but I think that this format is actually helping a lot. So thanks for all those who have been listening and commenting and all this sort of stuff, and giving me more impetus to keep going. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see what this sounds like.
Mother Nature by George MacDonald. Read for LibriVox.org by Capricia Page. Beautiful mother is busy all day. So busy she neither can sing nor say.
That, right? Totally that.
Thoughts in a ceaseless flow.
Okay, we can turn
Through
it
her
down.
eyes and her ears and her bosom go. Motion, sight, and sound and scent, weaving a royal, rich content. When night has come and her children sleep, beautiful mother her watch doth keep. With glowing stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music prayer. And her instrument, that never fails, is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales.
I can't decide.
End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
I gotta keep A-Bing this because it sounds good dry and it sounds good wet.
Mother Nature by George MacDonald. Read for
This is wet, by the way.
LibriVox.org by Capricia Page. Beautiful
This is dry.
is busy all day. So busy she neither can sing nor say. But lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow. Through her eyes and her ears and her bosom go. Motion, sight, and sound and scent, weaving a royal, rich content. When night has come and her children sleep,
Playing with panning.
mother her watch doth keep. With glowing stars in her
I
dusky
don't think
hair,
panning's gonna be good.
down she sits to her music rare. And her instrument, that never fails, is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Okay, I'm gonna play it again fully dry and just see. 'Cause I think
Mother Nature by George MacDonald. Read for LibriVox.org by Capricia Page. Beautiful mother is busy all day. So busy she neither can sing nor say. Lovely thoughts.
yeah, because the recording is quite sibilant. You get a lot of s.
And her ears and her bosom go. Motion, sight, and sound and scent, weaving a royal, rich content. When night has come and her children sleep, beautiful mother her watch doth keep. With glowing stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare.
This is the alternative by this is the non-lo-fi version. This is just
And
pure
never
compression.
fails is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales.
Way too much on the compression side.
End of poem. This
I think I like it better wet. Actually, I didn't try a blend.
Mother Nature by George MacDonald. Read for LibriVox.org by Capricia Page. Beautiful mother is busy all day. So busy she neither can sing nor say. But lovely thoughts
This actually causes
flow
weird like
through her
phasing. Do you hear that?
and her ears and her bosom go. Motion,
Yeah, that was weird.
and sound.
Very strange phasing, so I'm definitely not going to use those together.
Rich content.
Now this is, given that this is a stereo,
And her children sleep.
let's just make sure that I'm not missing
Mother
anything.
her watch doth keep.
by having this in
Glowing
one.
stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare. And her instrument
Pure
that
drum.
never fails
Little
is the
pan
hearts
and hard.
and the throats of her nightingales.
Time.
Mother Nature by George MacDonald. Read for LibriVox.org by Capricia Page. Beautiful mother is busy all day. So busy she neither can sing nor sing.
Yeah, it's barely stereo.
Thoughts
I think it's heavily left biased, so we're not going to use it in stereo.
and her bosom go. Motion, sight,
So we'll definitely take that as is.
royal, rich
Is
content,
there anything else that we want to do with this?
and her children sleep. Beautiful mother, her watch doth keep.
Let's make it
With
red again.
glowing stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare. And her instrument, that never fails, is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales.
There may not be much more we can do with this, honestly, because I'm running
This
out
recording
of cables
is
and
public
effects
domain.
and so forth. Could do well with its own reverb, maybe. Curious to just play around with a couple of the disting effects and see if I can get anything good out of it. Just bring in my handy dandy cheat sheet. Alright, we need. How about a chorus? I don't know if that'll do anything interesting, but we might as well try L6. Oops. L6. Alright, so audio. Come on, you can make it. You can do it. No, you can't. Audio into X. Z is the wet and dry. And blended output is on A.
Mother Nature by George MacDonald.
Oh god.
Read for LibriVox.org by Capricia Page.
Nope. That's not gonna be the one.
Is busy all day.
See.
So busy she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears.
Take a delay. I think it'll sound dumb, but
Motion, sight, and sound and scent, weaving a royal, rich content. When night has come and her children sleep, beautiful mother, beautiful mother, beautiful mother, beautiful mother, down she sits to her music rare, and her instrument, that never fails, is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales. End of poem. This recording,
be useful in
Mother
spots.
Nature by George MacDonald. Read for LibriVox.org by Capricia Page.
Let's see.
Beautiful mother is busy all day. So busy she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears and her bosom go. Motion, sight,
I guess
and
it'll
sound
be
and sound and sound, weaving a royal, rich content. When night has come and her children sleep, beautiful mother her watch doth keep. With glowing stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare. And her instrument, that never fails, is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales.
I don't know.
End of poem.
It's kind of interesting, but controlling that effect with the number of modules and cables I have left might be next to impossible. So we're gonna skip that. Alright, what else could we try for an interesting effect here? Try its own reverb.
busy she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears and her
vocoder, right? That'd be cool.
sight and sound and scent, weaving a royal, rich content.
I don't think there's any gonna be any good effects that we can use on this, but that's okay. First, oh right, you always got to make sure that you take things out of the mix on a simulator, otherwise they stay there forever. We only want to hear it through our special effects channel. Let's see how that does actually.
Mother Nature by George MacDonald. Read for LibriVox.org.
Shit, that did a good job of making it much more,
Beautiful mother is busy all day.
maybe a little too
So
much
busy
now.
she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears.
It got rid of the phasing. That was what the phasing was from.
Motion, sight, and sound and scent.
Yeah, now it sounds better with not full wet on the lo-fi.
When night has come and her children sleep,
This is full.
beautiful mother her watch doth keep.
This is like 75,
Stars
60.
in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare, and her instrument, and never fails, is the hearts and the throats of her nightingale.
Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So
End of poem.
now we need to
This
cut off that
recording is
end of
in
poem
public
crap and all
domain.
that for this. So that's pretty close.
Beautiful mother is busy all day, so busy she neither can sing nor
Should approximately do it. Sure.
Beautiful mother is busy all day, so busy she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears and her bosom go. Motion, sight, and sound and scent, weaving a royal, rich content. When night has come and her children sleep, beautiful mother her watch doth keep. With glowing stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare. And her instrument, and never fails,
Just turned off the reverb.
is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales.
Okay, we cut the sample well, so that's good.
Beautiful mother is busy all day, so busy she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears and her bosom go. Motion, sight, and sound and scent, weaving a royal, rich
I
content.
don't know if I like it with reverb.
When night has come and her children sleep, beautiful mother her watch doth keep. With glowing stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare. And her instrument, and never fails, is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales.
I'll do this one more time.
Beautiful mother is busy all day, so busy she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears and her bosom go.
Yeah, it is fuller with the reverb
Sight
one.
and sound and scent,
I turned it down a little bit,
a
but
royal, rich content. When night has come,
okay.
her children sleep, beautiful mother her
think
watch doth keep.
That is enough sound.
Glowing stars
I'm
in her
happy with
dusky
all the
hair,
sounds that are in here. I
down
don't think I
she
want to add
sits
anything
to her
else.
music rare.
It's just going to be a matter of how we blend
And
them
her
together.
instrument, and never fails, is the hearts
The other thing that I wanted to do here was to set up some playability with Planar, possibly Tetrapad here. So I'd already done a little bit of that actually before we started here. I patched the X output here into the brightness of our orange one, which is the heavily delayed, pitch shifted thing from Rainmaker. That does this. This does inject a few more brighter notes into things, which is cool. We had also, I believe, been messing yesterday with the position indicator on that one, so I may send Y. Do I want to send Y to position, or do I want to send B to position? Maybe I'll send B to position. I'll send A instead. This way it's at least a little opposed. Alright, so this does give me an opportunity to play it a little bit. What other things had we talked about doing? I'm trying to remember. Certainly going to need to be able to trigger that sample. I guess I can just use the button to trigger the sample for the spoken word thing, because we'll probably only trigger it once in this song. Be a little repetitive to do it more than once, I think. Alright, so what other pieces of modulation can we pass in here? Talking about possibly modulating Q pass, but that might be a little much. Let's just try it and see. A bit less attenuated. Do better on D. Maybe with a lot less attenuator. Let's try not the frequency. Maybe let's try resonance. Resonance cuts a lot of frequencies when I want it to. Okay, not convinced about that. Oh, we were doing shape last time. I remember this now. It was making some interesting sounds. out now how to make the joystick position freeze again. I can't remember exactly how it's done. Let's turn down the amount that this shape can actually do this on the attenuator here. I think I might also turn down the amount of brightness from the attenuator.
Beautiful mother is busy all day, so busy she neither can sing nor say, but lovely thoughts in a ceaseless flow through her eyes and her ears and her bosom go. Motion, sight, and sound and scent, weaving a royal rich content. When night has come and her children sleep, beautiful mother her watch doth keep. With glowing stars in her dusky hair, down she sits to her music rare. And her instrument, that never fails, is the hearts and the throats of her nightingales.
It's interesting. One thing I've noticed about the Planar, so you put it in unipolar mode on X or Y. It's a full range from all the way on one side, which is 0 volts, all the way up to 5 volts, and I really want it to be at the halfway point. So I could put it on bipolar mode, where the problem is bipolar mode influences the brightness. I think. It's cut the brightness quite significantly, right? So I need something from Disting, I believe. I think it's called a comparator. Or, no, a rectifier, yeah. Full wave rectifier to give because I want the absolute value of this, basically. Or no, that's not what I want. I want it to cut off negative. I want negative to be nothing. So that's not what I want. Crap. What is it that I need to do this? There's a minimum maximum. That might be right. Let's see. That's A4. Okay. So that should mean let's reach. Okay, so this should be the minimum of X and Y should be coming out of A, so that should be the minimum of in the case when I'm over here, the minimum of some negative value and 0. So hopefully that means, yeah, if I put it through the scope, we'll be able to see. Just to make sure it makes sense. The opposite. It seems to be the inverted version of it. Is this? Yeah, there. Now it's only positive values registering. That's what I want. This reach. Not even gonna try that one. Already got enough stretched cables here. Put that in there. Listen in here. Is it more dampened? Yeah. Might not actually be sending 0 volts. So use the scope on this side and the tuner on the other side. Should be able to, or wait, no, I don't need that. I can go directly from here into one of these. Tells you the actual CV value. Yeah. 0 volts, 4.86 volts. It doesn't go any lower than 0 volts. It's weird that then putting 0 volts into the brightness actually. Okay, we're gonna have to listen to this in isolation here for a second. And we're gonna go dry. It doesn't sound like we've influenced it that much. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Just listening to it wrongly here. That's good. Okay, so we can play with all that. I think that I'm happy with this, with all the components of this. And now we just need to assemble it into something more coherent as a song. So, some things I had already talked about was channels from, right, so that's channel 8. We don't want the kalimba sound necessarily right off the bat. That's a good thing to add in. So starting with this sample could be very good. Takes a second to come in. Definitely don't want to move to the base immediately. It doesn't work very well without being in context. Don't think that's so great either, to come in right away. Shoot, what's channel 4? Too many cables. 3 and 4 is right. That's that. 5 is our played sound effect that we're not playing yet. So okay, so the sample goes. Let's fade 7 in. Fully. I mean, I need to time that better, but. The bass still isn't actually good in context yet, I don't think. So we fade into that. Just playing with the micropog again to see if it's better to start. Starting those two at the same time. It's going to be tough to cut the bass in. Because the channel mute is a little poppy. So we probably would have to. Well, I do like the long, slow fade out. I feel like I had the volume down a little bit. Am I clipping? No? Okay. Clipping which though? Yes, I am. Oops, sorry about that. Maybe I'll just turn down the raw output so that I can turn up the master. Mess this up every time I'm fixing to try this again. Okay, this seems pretty good. Okay, so I was mostly happy with that. I need to figure out the intro a bit better, so I feel like maybe we introduced track 8 with the kalimba sound a little earlier than we did. So I like the start with that and then the fade in of this. What if we add in the kalimba now? Maybe not yet. Still don't think yet is the right answer. Right, okay. I've just got to time it right with the lights here, so wait for... Gotta time it right. All right, I don't know about all you, but I'm pretty happy with that. So we faded in the reverb, we faded in the sort of following track from it. We gave it a bit of the micropog, and I was bringing the micropog in and out, especially the octave up, to sort of give little bursts of extra notes. Then in time, bring in the bass. We added in the kalimba sounds, started really messing with planar, and then once we'd messed with that for a little bit, triggered the sample, let that play out. I brought the planar back so that it wasn't doing the brightness so much, waited for that return back to the root note, and then started fading out the master. So, yeah, that was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that all that might be left to do with this is to record it. Everything else is pretty good as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so I think I might just call it here, actually, seeing as I don't have many viewers on, and I don't want to make this unnecessarily long for other people watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this little series of 3 videos on putting together this song. I will get it recorded, maybe in time for next stream, hopefully, we'll see. If not, definitely in time for Saturday's stream. I'll get it recorded, put into video form so you can hear the final result. Yeah, so that was fun. Like I said, very useful for me. This is probably one of the better pieces I've ever produced while at home, and not in a very much so less than inspiring place right now, considering the overnight low tonight is meant to be minus 34 degrees Celsius. Very not inspiring. So yeah, thanks everyone. And I will talk to you all on Wednesday with another stream on a topic as of yet undecided. Take care.